And I do want to share a few closing remarks. That's what it says, so that's what I'm going to do. First, to each and every person that was promoted tonight, I echo what the chief and the major and all of your peers have said. I am so incredibly proud to see your promotion, and I'm proud to be up here to host it. You folks are the new leadership of this police department. And as you are no doubt aware, as the chief and the mayor spoke recently, police work is changing rapidly. It's up to you as our new leaders to spread the word to our younger officers and our rookies how to handle our jobs correctly, because they will be watching your every move and emulating what you do. Also want to share some words of the great Paul Harvey. Many of you have heard this, and I feel it to do it justice. We say it again here tonight. The title is, What is a Policeman? A police officer is a composite of what all people are, a mingling of a saint and sinner, dust and deity. What that really means is that they are exceptional, unusual, not commonplace. Buried under the froth is the fact less than 0.5% of police officers misfit this uniform. That's a better average than you'd find upon clergymen. What is a police officer made of? He of all men is once the most needed and the most wanted. A police officer is a strangely nameless creature who is sir or ma'am to their face and pig or worse to their back. Police officers must be such a diplomat that he can settle differences between individuals that each will think he's one. But if a policeman is neat, he's conceited. If he's careless, he's a bum. If he's pleasant, he's a flirt. If not, he's a grouch. Police officers must make an instant decision that would require months for a lawyer to make. But if they hurry, they're careless. If they're deliberate, they're lazy. Police officers must be first to an accident and infallible with their diagnosis. They must be able to stop breathing or start breathing. They must be able to start breathing, stop bleeding, tie splints, and above all, be sure the victim goes home without a limp or expect to be sued. The police officer must know every gun, draw on the run, and hit where it doesn't hurt. They must be able to fight two men twice their size and half their age without damaging the uniform and without being brutal. If you hit him, he's a coward. If he hits you, he's a bully. A police officer must, from a single strand of hair, be able to describe the crime, the weapon, and the criminal, and tell you where the criminal is hiding. But if we catch the criminal, we're lucky. If we don't, we're a dunce. If they get promoted, they have political pull. If they don't, they're a dullard. The police officer must be a minister, a social worker, a diplomat, a tough guy, and a gentleman or a lady. And of course, they'd have to be genius, for they will have to feed a family on a police officer's salary. Folks, those are the words of the great Paul Harvey, and those words ring true more today than they ever have. Now for some closing words from Ben Tobias. And I'm speaking to each one in this room specifically that wears a badge, and especially our newly promoted. It is a very difficult time to be a police officer. We've heard that all night tonight. Incidents around the country are putting our every action under a microscope. The national media is out for blood. They're latching on any bad thing they can find. Just yesterday, Fox News misrepresented or misreported that a man had been shot multiple times by Baltimore police. If you followed the story, you know that was not true. Those brave officers, in fact, were making an arrest on a man with a gun, and no shots were fired by police as reported. Some of this coverage and negativity by the public has possibly caused you to question your career choices. Me too. I've questioned mine from time to time recently, but then I remember why I chose this job in the first place. I remember the thrill of putting the bad guy in jail. I remember the joy of solving a crime and giving the victim closure. I remember the domestic violence victim that I saved from the cycle of abuse. I remember that each gun I took off the street saved lives. I remember the drug addict that I helped get treatment. I remember the person going through a mental crisis that I was able to help. I remember the folks with tragic injuries that miraculously survived. I remember comforting people as their loved ones lay dead. I remember the children that offered a simple smile and a wave. And I remember the thank you officer from the public that depended on us. I remember the people that I helped, and I remember each tear that I cried. And if I still have second thoughts about my chosen profession, then I remember Officer Jackson Pinkston Bennett, Officer Shannon Stevenson, Officer Scott Baird, and Lieutenant Corey Dahlem. I remember their sacrifice, their lives lost, their families wrecked, and I'll be damned if their sacrifice was in vain. I remember all of that, and then I put my badge on every day with pride. I am proud to be a Gainesville police officer. I'm proud to wear this badge, and I'm proud to serve and protect the great city of Gainesville, and I'm very proud to serve alongside this group that was recognized tonight. Thank you for coming. Good night.